Recently got a chance to visit Oregon with my wife and a couple of friends of ours. We've never been to Oregon before. We've been to Seattle, but never Oregon. And I must say, it definitely lived up to all the great things we heard. It's gorgeous. I love that part of the country. The Pacific Northwest is absolutely beautiful. Did a lot of hiking, a lot of exploring these small coastal towns, and visiting Portland for a few days. It was absolutely incredible. One of the stops on our list was the recently renovated Goonies house in Astoria. For many years, this house kind of was laying dormant and dilapidated, and a group of people went in and they just captured every detail from the Walsh house, Mikey Walsh's house from the film. I mean, this is the house that was used in the film. Not sure about the interior, but the exterior for sure. And it was really surreal standing in front of this house for a movie that I love dearly and that I've seen so many times. I just thought it was really cool. A must visit, a must do if you're in that area. I highly recommend it. Also in that area is another location from the film, is the restaurant in which the group of kids, the Goonies, go to start their adventure. And so I thought that was really neat. The restaurant is actually not there. It's kind of just a pavilion where the restaurant used to be. But I thought that was really neat. I mean, it's just another location from this film. And there are a couple of other ones that we didn't get a chance to visit. But it was really, really neat being in this environment. You felt like a Goonie, right? A lot of our trip revolved around these really beautiful hikes. I love being out in nature. I love seeing all this beautiful topography in this part of the country. But I wasn't going to go all the way to Portland without visiting a place that was very high on my list, and that is Movie Madness. And so, what Movie Madness is a fully functional, fully operational video store, complete with a video drop box right in the front. Please be kind and rewind. And I have to say, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the soft flickering of the neon lights. Maybe it was the smell of the popcorn they had popping. But as soon as I stepped foot in this store, I was immediately taken back to another time and place. It was about the biggest wave of nostalgia that I felt in some time. It took me back to the 90s when I visited my mom and pop video store every weekend. Not only do they have an insane amount of movies to rent, but they also have all this really cool movie merchandise and movie memorabilia. Maybe it's props, maybe it's just some things dedicated to all these films we love, but it's just great to walk around and take it all in. I was super jealous of that Nightmare on Elm Street sign. That thing is so sick. I know it came from a video store, but yeah, just like you remember, right? You got all your sections. You got your horror section, you got your comedy section, documentary, whatever, you name it. Bizarre, right? A whole section dedicated just probably to bizarre cult films. And they even do something really cool there. They have a little movie theater, right? They do screenings of film. So, go pick a day that you want to go watch something, have a list of films that they're screening there. VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. They've got all the different formats of film to cater to your needs. And I love this little area sort of above the horror section, all this stuff, dedicated to, horror films and little memorabilia. It just adds to the just charm of this place, I guess. So this place has been open since 1991, and you can definitely tell that they've taken a lot of time and attention to curate such a library of film for people to rent and take home. And it was cool to see a lot of love for the Alien franchise. They had this really cool poster and a few other things in there too. So that was really neat. And like I said, it's just it's a time capsule. And I wish more places like this exist. I don't know what it is about Oregon, but in Bend, Oregon, they also have the Last Blockbuster. So yeah, it's a shame that more places like this just don't exist. And, even beyond just the film, right? That's an actual prop from Scream. And they also have the one of the outfits that Arnold Schwarzenegger wore in the Terminator. So they've done a good job of making it more than just a video store. It's really a love letter to film in general. I also really like these murals that they have over certain sections. Here's a family section. So you got Neverending Story, Muppet Babies, Ninja Turtles. Really, really cool. And of course, no video store is complete without the staff picks. Must have those. And listen, even if you're not going to rent anything, obviously I couldn't, you got to go check this place out. There's just not many places like this left. I picked up this really kick-ass Movie Madness t-shirt to remember my time visiting this awesome mom and pop video store. They didn't have a ton of merch, but they had a few things, so this was definitely something I wanted to bring home. Also wasn't going to leave without bringing home a VHS tape, and thankfully they had a few for sale. So I decided to go with The Deadly Spawn, the cult B horror movie from 1983, super low budget, all practically done. And I gravitated towards this one because it just reminds me of something that would have grabbed my attention when roaming the aisles of the horror section of my local mom and pop video store as a kid. And so I can't wait to pop this one on and see what it's all about. Like I said, Deadly Spawn, cult horror movie from 1983. I read some about it, and apparently it's supposed to be a pretty wild ride. So yeah, I was happy to bring home a VHS tape from Movie Madness, right? Something to remember that awesome time I spent there. So that wraps up my little trip to Oregon. Like I said, mostly spent some time out in nature, getting away from the hustle and bustle of life, doing some amazing hikes, but I had to go check out Movie Madness. It was a place that I had read about, heard about, and I was glad that I did. So viewers, tell me, do you have anything like this near you? Any mom and pop video stores still in operation? I know I certainly don't. And have you been to Oregon before? What did you think? What were some places that you checked out? And if I go back, what are some places you recommend I check out? I thank each and every one of you for stopping down here at 2-Day Rentals. And it's like I say at the end of my video, let's be kind as we rewind and fast forward through time. Thank you for stopping by.